Southern Poverty Law School. Hey, T-Sippers, I am finally back. I had to eat before I came back. I had to get down on it. So listen, woo! Virginia did it. Woo! Virginia did it. Come on, come on. I don't even know if I took it off of. Did I take it off of Untitled? Hey, Tippers. Lord, I'm tripping. They did it. Sarah Ferguson, cousin, reveals she hid away protecting her kids. Who is Sarah Ferguson? I don't remember Sarah Ferguson. Hey, T-Sippers, come back. We back. Please come in hitting the like button saying hi. Come in speaking so I know who you are. And I know we can move for Sarah Ferguson. Why do I remember that name? The former Duchess. Oh, a Fergie. You know, they trying to say, Princess Diana was a victim of the Mossad or the Trumpstein files. Uh, what's his name? Curry, the funny guy. Jim Carrey. They naming a couple of few people. They tying it all together, baby. So I was gonna say Sarah Ferguson. Sarah Ferguson. Yep, Princess Diana, Michael Jackson, But in the meantime, now he done lost. He talking about it. He extending the ceasefire, baby. Boom. Who you playing with? Them folk ain't fooling with you. They are not playing with you. So I'm already late. Let's go on in. Let's talk about this. He suffered. They say he suffered massive loss in Virginia. Was it a blowout? Look at it. Baby, Ben is laughing at you. He said the whole time, town is laughing at you, silly fool. How did you think that you was going to win this?
Folks, we've got breaking news for you, and it's a big one. The Midas Touch Network can now project that the yes vote will win Virginia's redistricting referendum, handing Democrats a major victory with huge national
Spank
implications.
That tail.
This constitutional amendment allows Democrats to immediately redraw congressional maps in Virginia ahead of the midterms, potentially shifting the state from a 6-5 Democrat-Republican congressional makeup to as many as a 10-1. 10 Democrats, 1 Republican. That's what's expected after the midterms as a result of this redistricting. That would be a net gain of 4 seats for Democrats that could help decide control of Congress. Zachary Danini from Vote Hub explains the yes vote is on track to win by roughly 4 to 4.5 percentage points tonight, accounting for provisional and late arriving mail ballots, which are expected to modestly favor yes. The final margin is likely to increase by approximately 0.4 points after election night. So everybody remembers when Donald Trump started the plan of redistricting in Texas because Trump wanted to steal the midterms. Remember the headlines. White House pushes Texas to redistrict, hoping to blunt Democratic gains. A rare mid-decade redistricting push has unnerved some Texas Republicans who worry a drive to harm Democrats could end up endangering the GOP incumbents in 2026. That's exactly what happened. And as our editor-in-chief Ron Filipkowski writes, VA Virginia redistricting passes, which should add 4 Democratic seats Trump started the mid-decade redistricting effort by pushing Texas to do this in June 2025, when many Republicans felt it could backfire on them. It has backfired, and it started with California Governor Gavin Newsom's Prop 50 standing up and doing the redistricting in California, which overwhelmingly passed in California to fight back and neutralize what was happening in Texas. And then we saw Democrats finally fight fire with fire, and they demonstrated when they do that, they can win. As Adam Carlson says, stick a fork in it. Virginia has voted to redraw its congressional district map through 2030, and Democrats will now likely flip 4 seats in November. Virginia won.
Listen, y'all, he was going to try to take us out. Listen, look here. He's going to ill us all. Trump blocked by top general in nuclear code showdown. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, military, for standing up and shutting this freakazoid down. Yeah, he was going to take us out. I believe that. All this stuff that's unfolding right now, the loss, oh my God, he wanted that code. He was fin to, Lord. And he's losing these lawsuits. Y'all see this mess? He was going to try to take us out. Unbelievable. I predicted, at some point he wasn't going to be able to take. They need to drag his ass out of the White House now. He is the enemy of the United States. He is our biggest enemy. Let's keep going. Cold-blooded, man.
Virginia 2, Virginia 5, and Virginia 6, which each went +7, +5, +9, and +3 respectively for former Vice President Kamala Harris. Those seats now will almost certainly turn blue for their congressional districts, as Democrats are now significantly overperforming former Vice President Kamala Harris. As Adam Carlson also explains, to my eye, Democrats have definitively taken the lead in the mid-decade redistricting battle for this cycle. Democrats will likely gain 8 to 10 seats, while Republicans will likely only gain 4 to 8 seats, and it seems likely an awfully big risk for Florida to further redraw its maps, given the massive swings we're seeing in special elections, where Democrats are overperforming Kamala Harris in the range of 10 to 16, and in some cases 20 to 25 points, depending on the special elections. You see, when you do some of this redistricting, you have to dilute some of your other districts that you may view as safe districts to try to push, if you were doing this in Florida, Republican voters into Democratic districts to try to make a district a Republican district. But in bringing down some of that Republican vote from safer red districts, if it's a +12, +14 red district, and you bring it down to a +8 to try to transfer some of those voters to a otherwise Democratic congressional district, Democrats may now win in both of those districts or all of those districts, because that's what we've been seeing in the special election. Now, Donald Trump was absolutely terrified of this result. He went on various right-wing podcasts before this yes vote was officially won by the Democrats, or the yes vote won. And this is what he said. He said that he's terrified that if Democrats get these additional seats, they'll change everything at a federal level. And Trump is terrified that he is going to be impeached. Here, play this clip.
He noticed.
This is what they're going to be doing with this referendum. If the Democrats, look, if they get additional House seats, at some point, if they get these additional seats, they're going to be making changes at the federal level.
Now, we're also hearing from people like Laura Loomer, MAGA extremist, and she's saying that this was Obama's plan, basically to try to remove Donald Trump. Let me share with you
Why do they
the
keep
moment
bringing
when
up
Fox called
Obama?
this vote in favor of yes.
Hold
Here's the moment
on.
it
Why do
went
they
down
keep bringing up Obama? How is it Obama's plan and he not in office? Man, that gotta be a powerful. Ooh, you gotta be way more powerful than people think you are. Huh? How's this Obama's plan? Wait, y'all, what in the world is going on? I wonder who who's gonna replace him if he gets impeached? If they impeach the whole cabinet, do they fall back? Hold on. Do they fall back on the previous president? Yeah, I think I did research. They will fall back on if the whole cabinet, vice president and president is impeached or removed for whatever reason, then temporarily until they can fill the position, it will fall back on the previous president. And if the previous president is not alive, really and truly, and they know that he's not, okay, because they replaced him with that humanoid robot thing that kept falling over and couldn't ride a bike and, all of that type of stuff. Yeah, that one. Then that means it will fall back on who? Hello. That means that they were asked who to fill in until they replace it. Has anybody thought about that? No, I know they haven't. I mean, because I'm trying to Auntie B, did you just pop? Yeah, I pop, right? Because one I just ate and it was good because I don't. Oh, okay. Oh, I need that. I need that number. Hold on. Oh my God. Hold on, y'all. I need to get into 106 6175. Okay, I'm sorry. I needed that number. So that means that they're going to have to tap into, they're going to have to backstroke. They're going to have to backstroke. And that they're going to have to double backstroke. And that means it's going to land on you. So I'm wondering, hey, I'm sorry. I missed all of y'all. Sarah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't even push up. Hey, y'all. Hey me. Hey, Miss Tom, Belinda. I am so sorry. I'm just talking. Cynthia, I'm so sorry, y'all. Y'all know. I guess I'm just a little too excited. But, yeah. So, yeah, I have done that research. I done that research. Yeah. Then that means that they will be falling back. It will fall back on. Not if they do a Biden live rent-free in MAGA. Yeah, but they already know that he was assassinated. When he kept saying the auto pen, I really write my own state. I signed my own. He knew it. He knew that Biden had been taken out. He knew that. He knew that. We wouldn't have known fully unless they released them Epstein files, and it's in it. But he kept poking fun when he was poking fun about the auto pen and I need to go back and undo everything that Biden did because he know Biden didn't do it. All the orders and stuff that was put in place, and I'm pardoning Honduras biggest because Biden did it. Well, Biden didn't do it. That means Kamala had to do it or somebody in the administration did it. But it wasn't Biden. Come on, y'all. It's in the Epstein files. That's why he was poking fun. It's like he was poking fun about the Epstein files, knowing that he had it sewed up and tied up that we was never going to see it. Boo-boo. He just wasn't expecting Wolf, and he wasn't expecting the Democrats to step up and show out. It's just a bunch of things that just, God said no. Let me sum it up. God said no. He was not expecting for God to say no. But I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand why they keep giving, all of a sudden though, y'all. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. If y'all ever went to a Pentecostal church, maybe y'all tap the feet. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Why all of a sudden President Obama running shit? This is what Obama wanted. Wait, what? This was our Obama. What? Why we not hearing Biden? Huh? Why are we not hearing this is what Biden wanted? Miss Tom, me, y'all know it don't take long for me to figure it out, right? I just had to get over my little hump. The Humpty Dump. Oh, do me, baby. To the Humpty Dump. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And all to find out that your pale ass on the cool was really trying to get the code to the nuclear. Didn't I tell y'all it's a reason why they wanted to make sure that Iran can't make nuclear weapons because he knew he was finna do some shit. Y'all don't remember me telling y'all that. Y'all don't remember me telling y'all that. They had a plan, and they did not want the retaliation from Iran. Shout out to the general. Shout out to the general. This fool here had a plan that was going to get all of us unalive. Because he know he'd push the button. China was coming. China was coming. Cold-blooded mind. Let's listen. Cause I just trying to understand. I'm just, all of these people already done gave President Obama this power. So he been working for us behind the scene. God bless the man. God bless him. Protect him. Oh my God. And I know for somebody to say, how she know? Hell, they telling us. If you listen with your good ear, they ain't said Biden one damn time. Why? Wasn't he the last president? Huh? Hell, we skipped Trump, Biden, Trump, Barack Obama. Huh? That name make you stutter, don't it? Yeah. It's a whole bunch of in there between there. So how you gonna skip, hop, and then get to Obama White? So yeah, we gotta stay woke, baby. This is the most I've heard them say anything about Barack. And one thing is for sure, you know he got us there. One thing is for sure, we know he got us there. Auntie Phil, you smiling? Yes, I am smiling. He beat you. He beat you. He beat you at your own game. And he wasn't even the last president. He beat you.
Trump is terrified that he is going to be impeached. Here, play this clip.
This
is
podcasts before this yes vote was officially won by the Democrats.
Couldn't get that code.
And this is what he said. He said that he's terrified that if Democrats get these additional seats, they'll change everything at a federal level. And Trump is terrified that he is going to be impeached. Here, play this clip.
Biden will
what
see
they're
that.
going to be doing with this referendum. If the Democrats, look, if they get additional House seats, at some point, if they get these additional seats, they're going to be making changes at the federal level.
Now, we're also hearing from people like Laura Loomer, MAGA extremist, and she's saying that this was Obama's plan, basically to try to remove Donald Trump. Let me share with you the moment when Fox called this vote in favor of yes. Here's the moment it went down on Fox. Let's play it.
Fox News alert. According to the AP, voters in Virginia have approved Democrats' plan to gerrymander congressional districts 50 to 49. This could flip 4 House seats from Republican control to Democrats.
Now, let me share with you this right-wing podcast, the John Frederick Show. Had about 32 individuals watching it, but Frederick's show was the one that Donald Trump was on yesterday, where Trump was trying to push people to vote no against this referendum. Watch as they struggle to cope with the fact that the yes vote won. And they're like, well, maybe the Supreme Court will save us. Maybe the Supreme Court will save us. Here, let's play this clip right here.
And it looks like obviously they're doing it tonight.
Yeah, it just got called by the New York Times.
It just did get called. You're right. So now it's up to the Supreme Court. If they don't act or they don't overturn this, then the Democrats potentially pick up 4 additional seats in Congress. And I know I jokingly, but not so much, talked about Florida earlier. I think that would ramp up efforts in Florida. And Florida has 8 Democrats. So maybe they go a 27 to 1 district.
You know what? It shouldn't be done anywhere. We shouldn't have this conversation.
Now, MAGA sent some of their top influencers, some of the biggest people in the MAGA movement, to try to get the no vote to win. One of the MAGA top influencers, someone by the name of Scott Pressler, who's Donald Trump's superstar. Donald Trump loves this guy. And then in Roanoke, Virginia, here was Scott Pressler going around. He just visited elementary school. Scott Pressler.
Hey everybody, this is Scott Pressler. I'm here in Roanoke, Virginia at Mount Pleasant Elementary School. And you're probably wondering, Scott, why are you in Roanoke? Well, this is a big President Trump area. This is a conservative area, and we need big, beautiful turnout. And so I'll be here in southern, south central Virginia for a few more hours and then traversing north. But I'm hearing there is depressed northern Virginia turnout. So if you have yet to vote, or if you have already voted, I want you to reach out to everyone you know, visit your polling location by 7 p.m., get in line, stay in line. This is our opportunity.
Stay in line.
We are fighting for fairness, we are fighting for equal representation, and we are fighting to save the Commonwealth of Virginia.
Is that one of them?
Kindly for your vote.
And here he is basically saying to voters, if you're out there, vote no. But even Donald Trump's number one recruiter, even Donald Trump's number one guy, Scott Pressler, couldn't get out the vote for no. Here's what he had to say. And then shortly thereafter, the no vote lost and the yes vote won. Let's play this clip.
Hey everybody, this is Scott Pressler. Tomorrow's the big day. Please, I need you to talk to everyone.
Oh, so he in transition.
Get them to vote.
So that means he's been butchered or mutilated or whatever he tried to say.
Vote now.
Now, you may recall that I interviewed the Speaker of the House of Delegates, the top Democrat, the top individual, the top ranking individual in the House of Delegates. It's like their House of Representatives in Virginia. Remember, I spoke to him back in December of 2025. He and I were
Please
talking
hit the
about
like
this
button.
precise result back in December of 2025.
Long. I didn't want to
Let's
show
play this
y'all. He
clip.
had hips
very
and stuff
clear
too.
and concise, and make sure it's community based with some input to be able to get those maps
Boy.
drawn. And I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility to get to a 10-1 map in light of the shellacking that we just put on the Republicans in Virginia this last cycle.
Laid they asses.
Won by 15 points. We went from a 51-49 majority in the House of Delegates to a 64-36 majority in the House of Delegates. So I think we have a responsibility to speak up for our voters and protect Virginians from being disenfranchised.
Please protect
And
us.
then Senator Pro Temp Lucas, she's been a pioneer of this 10-1 redistricting map, along with Speaker Scott. This is what they had to say previously when they announced for officially that a redistricting agreement was made, which enabled this vote to take place. Here's what they previously said when they came up with that 10-1 map. Again, Virginia Democrats fighting back.
What you mean, what about her?
Give me more seats. Then that's not enough. So he calls North Carolina, Missouri, Ohio. I need more. I need more. Today we are leveling the playing field. These are not ordinary times, and Virginia will not sit on the sidelines while it happens. We made a promise to level the playing field, and today we're keeping our promise. Our maps are ready. Virginia's ready. We said 10-1, and we meant it. And we are proud to deliver a map that stands up for democracy, to stand up for Virginians, to stand up and give us a voice. He started this mess, and Virginia's going to finish it.
Ooh, laid that. Mama said, knock you out.
We've been working really hard to make sure that we got this delivered. This is about leveling the playing field across the country.
Baby, you better know who you playing with. You running up on somebody. Yeah. Cause yeah. That old trifling cow. Still talking about somebody. I can't stand with somebody that look like you went to school with. Like she was one of your underclassmen. Heifer look older than you. She look like she was your same age. Had the nerve to be calling somebody old. I mean horrible in the face. I mean, it just blow my mind. Thinking that they could throw punches at somebody. Like, yeah. They can throw punches at somebody. They don't let these YouTube people build their head up like they are really a chopper and got chopped the fuck down. They had this heifer thinking she was bad. She wasn't shit. Still ain't shit. Been exposed and got chopped the fuck down by an old lady. Oh my goodness. How funny. It is funny to me. Huh? I mean, got chopped down. Look, Trump thought that he was gonna win everything. Thought folk was scared of him. Got beat the fuck up. Got beat up. Huh? Got beat up. Yeah, somebody got chopped down by an old lady. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Auntie say knock you out, huh? Auntie said knock you out. Just in case somebody gonna say, oh, that oil painting. This is the original picture. You understand? This is the original picture. Before I put that oil painting on it. You, girl, please. Yeah, they better stop underestimating the people. Cause you think you bad. There's always somebody better. You understand? And sister girl over here said he started the fight. And we gon' finish. You understand? Now they fear Barack Obama. They was talking like he wasn't shit. He wasn't shit. Huh? He done messed the whole game up. What? This is when you playing cards and somebody lose so bad they flip the whole table. You understand? It's table flipping time. Woo, how funny. You understand? Do you stop underestimating people? Cause you think you bad. Cause you done whooped somebody before. That don't mean you can't whoop everybody. And that don't mean old hands ain't still strong hands. That don't mean them old hands can't lay your ass. Auntie said knock you out. What? Auntie said knock you out. Y'all better. You got your popcorn? Yeah. Yeah. That's the original picture. Just in case. Yeah, you better play with somebody safe. Trump, you out of here. You know good and damn well your ass is going to be up under the prison. Woo, baby, Bubba and them gonna wear you out. Bubba gonna wear you out. Yeah, I collect and pay bail. I'll collect and pay bail. Oh, you said to knock them out. Baby, them old hands. I'm gonna tell you, there is shit. You better ask the right people. Will she get out? My nieces and nephews know more than Scooter, but baby, yeah. Yeah. Scooter be like, oh Lord. Oh Lord. And I don't do it often. But I cannot stand for people to be prejudiced. I'm not going to stand for you to talk to me like I'm ignorant. I'm not going to let you discriminate or mishandle Scooter or nobody in my family and any and everybody who know me. Yeah, okay. You can talk that shit if you want to. That's why Trump over there is sick as hell. I bet you he gonna have to go to the hospital tonight. Their stomach is rumbling. All them parasites is eating his ass up. They munching on the inside. You know what I'm saying? They munching on the inside. This is a beautiful day. This is a beautiful day. Let's go.
Map along with Speaker Scott. This is what they had to say previously when they announced for officially that a redistricting agreement was made which enabled this vote to take place. Here's what they previously said when they came up with that 10-1 map. Again, Virginia Democrats fighting back. Let's play this clip.
Give me more seats. Then that's not enough. So he calls North Carolina, Missouri, Ohio. I need more. I need more. Today we are leveling the playing field. These are not ordinary times, and Virginia will not sit on the sidelines while it happens. We made a promise to level the playing field, and today we're keeping our promise. Our maps are ready. Virginia is ready. We said 10-1, and we meant it. And we are proud to deliver a map that stands up for democracy.
That's right.
To stand up for Virginians, to stand up and give us a voice. He started this mess, and Virginia is going to finish it.
Virginia to the rescue. Senator Lucas said it best. We've been working really hard to make sure that we got this delivered. This is about leveling the playing field across the country. Republicans are gerrymandering.
So let's look at the sister. Since they've been on this old kick. Yeah. Like ain't nobody paved the way for these young folk. Boy, y'all just don't have no idea. Shout out to the seasoned sister right here. You know, he mild-mannered. She went straight for the, this is what you asked for this. This is what you asked for. You know, we tried to be nice, let y'all to believe that we couldn't fight your ass back. Huh? Because we all, now I don't know how old you, ma'am. I'm just going to put us all in there. Since these young folk, old folk, all these folk want to underestimate a strong black woman. You understand? Strong black man, you understand? Strong white people, whoever. People try to bully them. Yeah, because they think they bad. You ain't shit. You ain't shit. God forgive me. God forgive me. I mean, you are Big G. Yeah, I'm not talking to you. Yeah. I'm talking about these bullies who think that folk can't stand up to them. You understand? I love it. I love it. There is hope. And to know that this man tried to get the code, oh man, that is so messed up that he would disregard the American people, have our military men and women unalive, going in aside missions. It's so messed up. We need to demand a free medical. The government pay for it, like the countries over there in the Middle East. What they have, we need to demand it here, since they have it off our dime. They are able to live with those amenities off of our dimes while we suffer. We suffer. They're getting what we are supposed to have. We are a disgrace. See, they laughing at us because we was dumb enough. No, it ain't we was. No, it was Israel. It was these people who accept that APAC. They'll never know. That's what they said about reparations. They can never know. They can never know that we are behind everything, all the theft, all the taxes, triple, quadruple taxing them. God said no. And Lord, we thank you. We thank you for waking us up and to know that this man wanted to push. I got something where they had the bag that had the red button on it. Where they was all getting on the airplane. Let me get over there. All getting on the airplane, they say, and was trying to leave the country. They was going to push that button, y'all. They was going to push the button on us when we least expected it. Our president. Where was you going? Huh? You got a nice little hiding place in the Middle East. Eyes wide open. You ain't never lied, John. Hi, Cassandra. Let's finish this part off, man. This is cold blooded.
Map to override the will of the voters. We just saw it in Texas, North Carolina, and Missouri.
Now remember, they started this when they started saying gerrymandering Texas. Yeah, knock his. I can't say that. I can't say that. That's going too far. I can't say push him. Can I fast roll him in his wheelchair? Y'all need to remove. We need to remove Abbott. I can't do nothing crazy to him. Did you see, Auntie P, who I'm talking to God? You know, Tyler Perry did it in A Mad Black Woman or whatever that was. Pushed old boy in the wheelchair in that water. Told him take a funky ass bath. Oh, we don't know if Abbott stink. Okay. Yeah, Abbott, your ass. Get rid of him. Y'all started this right before the war. Where did Trump come? Texas. When we start digging off into a lot of this child trafficking and stuff, a lot of stuff is tied to what? Texas. Texas. They planned if Thomas, so they was trying to get Thomas and another guy, another Supreme Court justice to retire. Remember they was talking about retiring. Yeah, they said no. And one of them was going to be replaced by Cruz. Yeah. They had it all planned. And where Cruz from? Texas. They was going to make him a judge. Thank God, Thomas, because you know you in the Epstein files. And the other guy, I don't know. Yeah, they was trying to move them out, make them retire. Shit, I guess Thomas said, hell, my name already in the Epstein file, so whatever you gonna do, do it. Yeah, and I'm gonna let the chips fall where they lay, but I am not retiring. Yeah, they gonna have to. Some folks finna start coming up missing. These top political officials who know, I know, ooh, let me tell you who I know sick as a dog. Woo! What's his name? Johnson, Jim Johnson. Yeah, Andy Biggs. Oh my God, I know they sick. Yeah. Yeah, because you may not be in the Epstein files, but you know Sasha Riley is coming. Sasha Riley and the limousine man, they whistling. I can't do it now. They whistling. Yeah. It's just time ain't on your side. No, it ain't. Yes. Falling. Yes. Let's go. They are, them devils is falling. Absolutely. And it's beautiful to know y'all scared of Barack Obama. Ooh-wee. Let's go. Auntie Fee. If you was going to be this excited, you should have came early. Let's go. Hit the like button. Come on, Bean, baby. I'm sorry. Let's go.
This clip.
Give me more seats. Then that's not enough. So he calls North Carolina, Missouri, Ohio.
And she missing. They say she may be missing. I'm hoping and I'm praying that the oversight committee have her in protective custody. I hope they hiding her out. She is what drew Melania. Now, she had already been under oath and gave up the safe. She had already snitched on him, you know. And the whole house was up all night. They had a whole family meeting. Yeah, she showed where Jack Smith and them where the safe was. His mama or big mama is behind that picture. Yeah, go over some. The combination is his birthday. Yeah. That's how you get up in there. Yeah. Daughter, Ivanka. My daddy told me she Akbar. Yeah, New Jack City. Pointed at not Akbar, whatever his name was, pointed at Akbar. He did it. Yeah, he the one who fudged the records. Yeah. All of that's been going on behind the scenes. See, the T-Sippers thought, oh, Auntie Fee got it wrong. Well, yeah, it was a couple of folk. Yeah, thought I had got it wrong. Well, she said this and she said that, but nothing ever happened. It didn't have shit to do with the sources. It had everything to do with Trump tying that shit up. Yeah. Time is up. You gotta go. I can't think of the guy. What was our guy name? What was it? Specs? Yeah. Let's go.
Oh, I need more. Today we are leveling the playing field. These are not ordinary times, and Virginia will not sit on the sidelines while it happens. We made a promise to level the playing field, and today we're keeping our promise. Our maps are ready. Virginia's ready. We said 10-1, and we meant it. And we are proud to deliver a map that stands up for democracy, to stand up for Virginians, to stand up and give us a voice. He started this mess, and Virginia's going to finish it.
Virginia to the rescue. Senator Lucas said it best. We've been working really hard to make sure that we got this delivered. This is about leveling the playing field across the country. Republicans are gerrymandering map to override the will of the voters. We just saw it in Texas, North Carolina, and Missouri. At Donald Trump's direction, they're manipulating election maps because they know they can't win on their agenda in 2026.
Can't win
So
without
instead of
cheating.
changing their ideas, they're trying to rig the system. A 10-1 map
You're
levels the
nigger.
playing field, and we're ready to move forward. Then we're making good on our promise
I
by
read
releasing the
nigger.
map publicly. We're going to get them released either by the end of the day or early tomorrow. We'll get those maps released. And putting them out in the open and allowing them to be debated the way they should be in a democracy. We're going to leave it up to Virginia voters. The maps are ready. Virginia's ready. And that's what my senator said many
It
times.
needs to all turn blue, baby.
10-1.
Ever.
Thank y'all.
Though
Appreciate
nothing
it.
on the board needs to be read.
And then you had Barack Obama really
Woo!
leading the charge on this yes vote. Here's what Obama had to say. Let's
Leading
play this clip.
charge.
Hey, Virginia. Early voting is underway, and Virginians are turning out in record numbers.
Sir, they listen to you. And we thank you. We thank you for taking the lead, taking the charge, and go forward, the march on to victory. Lord, we thank you. Thank you. I can't say it enough. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Shay. Thank you.
To vote yes. By voting yes, you have a chance to do something important.
President Obama, they say focus old. What you think about that? Oh, you old trifling, almost 40-year-old chick having the nerve to call somebody old. Huh? Trying to be young. She said like being old is a problem. Yeah, it takes somebody old to pave the way. Her disrespectful ass. You look good. You look good. And I bet you anything, any amount of money, you look better than that sorry, trifling dude. Yeah, that she wrapped up with that won't put a ring on it. Yes, it won't put a ring or a name on it. Her last name been the same her whole damn life. And have the nerve to talk about somebody with some wisdom. Shut your mouth. You ungrateful heifer. Yeah. Yeah, being disrespectful. Talking that ganky Yankee shit like it makes you somebody. You ain't shit with it. And you ain't shit now. And you ain't gonna be nothing better than a piece of shit until you get your life right. Now, that's coming from an old lady who can run circles around your ass. Let's go.
Not just for the Commonwealth, but for our entire country.
Hey, Power.
You can push back against the Republicans trying to give themselves
Oh,
an
you want me
unfair
to?
advantage
Okay,
in the midterm.
okay. They need to hear it before I jumped in there. I just wanted to give him his props while the heifer was trying to talk about somebody being old like she young. Child, boy. Ooh.
Turning out in record numbers
Yes.
to vote yes. By voting yes, you have a chance to do something important. Not just for the Commonwealth, but for our entire country. By voting yes, you can push back against the Republicans trying to give themselves an unfair advantage in the midterms. By voting yes, you can take a temporary step to level the playing field. And we're counting on you. Early voting is happening right now. Election day is on April 21st.
It was, baby,
So,
and you did
go
your
to
thing.
iwillvote.com/VA to find your closest polling location. Make a plan, show up, and vote yes, Virginia.
And I want to give a shout out to California Governor Gavin Newsom,
Yes.
who pioneering Prop 50, I think really inspired the nation, inspired pro-democracy people throughout the country. Remember,
Y'all better hit the like
when Gavin
button.
Newsom said the following. Let's play this clip about Prop 50. And when Prop 50 passed, that was one of the biggest moments where Democrats were like, yes, we can fight back. Here's what Newsom had to say. Play this clip.
That's happening today in the United States of America, today in the United States of America, in our state, in the state of California, in Illinois, in places like Oregon. Today, the military are on American soil, American cities, not overseas. We had 700 active duty Marines sent to the second largest city in the United States of America. We saw 4,000 National Guard federalized here in the state of California. So our state of mind is pretty crystal clear of why we are here. The essence of this moment, what Proposition 50 represents to those that have been bullied,
Yes.
to those that have been demeaned, to those that feel powerless, to those that are concerned about not only themselves but each other, our
Yes.
community,
Yes.
the city, our state, our
Yes.
nation,
Yes.
and for
All
that
of
matter,
that.
what we represent to the rest of the world. That's what Prop 50 represents. The ability not just to be against all of that, but to assert ourselves and affirm the best of who we are. 249 years, the best of Roman Republic, Greek democracy, separation of branches of government, co-equal branches of government, checks and balances, popular sovereignty, the rule of law, those enduring principles that our founding fathers lived and died for, all of them on the line today. And so I want to thank you. This is a long-winded way of wrapping up. I want to thank you for standing on this line at this moment. Prop 50 is not about drawing lines on a map. It is about holding the line to what makes us who we are.
Absolutely.
And, we were hearing from voters throughout the day
Hold the
about
line.
their vote yes. Here's what one voter had to say. Let's play it.
We vote yes so we can keep the balance of power because of what Texas is doing. They're redistricting so they can have more pro-Trump seats. And I don't necessarily want an anti-Trump seat, but I want someone who's going to balance it out.
So you may be asking, well, Ben, what's Donald Trump doing right now? He's currently in the
Crime.
Oval Office, I kid you not, reading Bible verses.
What?
He's reading Bible verses from the Oval Office and streaming it right now. I'll just show you a short clip. Let's
Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Let me sit up for this. What? Oh, my Lord. Lord, y'all, are we ready for this? Belinda Florida's. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh Lord. What, Ben? What is he doing? What is he doing right now? Let's go, y'all.
He's reading Bible verses from the Oval Office and streaming it right now. I'll just show you a short clip. Let's play it.
There shall not fail you as a man to be ruler in Israel. But if you turn away and forsake my statutes and my commandments, which I have set before you, and shall go and serve other gods.
Did y'all hear him talking? Yeah. Let me move. President Obama. Has he been crying? Oh, shit. The Lord is my shepherd. I mean, what? Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Y'all listen. Do I need to just go and bypass this? So I don't know if I can process Y'all, do y'all want to see this? Do we want to move on by this, or y'all want the pleasure in seeing this? What are we doing? Yes, me. Baby! Y'all, this is why they waited right until now to do this mass demonetization. They knew this shit was coming out. They knew that it, yeah, get in the light. Let us see you. Huh? Y'all, do y'all want to see this? Don't cry now. What you crying for? You done had 50 shots back to back. Where's Lizzie Borden? Where Lizzie Graham at? Hell, is she drunk too? Huh? Look at you, please, Lord. Please, I know I sold my soul to the devil, but I cannot. They won't let me push the button. They taking all my money. They did not allow us to sneak attack and steal this semi-election. Lord, what am I gonna do? You said in your word. Now you want to tell her what he said in his word. Huh? Too late for that guy. I already started. Baby, they started this.
But if you turn away and forsake my statutes,
let me back you up. But if you turn away, Lord, please don't fail me now.
fail you as a man.
What is going on with his mouth with that fail, y'all? This is funny, Lord. I am so... Why? Did y'all see the fail?
There shall not fail you as a...
Once again, bring to mind, I'm not a Christian. Absolutely. Christian. This is the last time you will have to vote. Christians. I'm not Christians. Christian. Wow.
Right now, I'll just show you a short clip.
Okay, let me take everybody. I need to see that mouth when he say failed. It's just something about it. What is that?
Let's play it.
There shall not fail.
This is reminding me of a little kid who is crying and trying to tell his mama what he wants. No, mama, no. Trying to get it out. Not understanding nothing he's saying. This is some baby talk shit, man. Come on. What?
Fail.
You fail. No, I fail. I fail, mama. I fail.
You as a man.
Oh my God.
To be ruler in Israel. But if you turn away and forsake my statutes and my commandments, which I have set before you, and shall go and serve other gods and worship them, then will I pluck them up from the roots out of my land which I have given them.
So is this where they don't rewrote it? What? I don't quite remember it going this way. Do y'all? Is this how y'all?
As a man.
Trump, you are not a man. Let's be clear. You are not a man. You harm kids. You are not a man. You Donald Trump are not a man.
Let's play it.
There shall not fail you as a man to be ruler in Israel. But if you turn away and forsake my statutes and my commandments, which I have set before you, and shall go and serve other gods and worship them, then will I pluck them up from the roots out of my land which I have given them, and this house which I have sanctified for my name will I cast out of my sight, and will make it to be a proverb and a byword among nations. And this house which is high.
There you have it, folks. Democrats.
Is this in Lord? Is this in his Quran? Whatever their Bible is. What? The statues and did he? I don't like this, man. This is not no Bible verse. This is from it's from the Trump Bible. Oh, this from that Trump Bible, y'all. This is from the Trump Bible. He's still on that throne. Yeah, it's time to knock him off. It's just knock his ass.
Ruler in Israel. But if you turn away and forsake my statutes and my commandments,
forsake my statutes. So he's still talking to Bala. Y'all get the lights up. Is he still talking to that statue? Why is he saying my statue? He not a part. That's the devil. That's devil talk. Is this devil? Is this blah 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 devil talk, baby talk? What in the world?
He's reading Bible verses from the Oval Office and streaming it right now. I'll just show you a short clip. Let's play.
Wow.
There shall not fail you as a man to be ruler in Israel. But if you turn away and forsake my statutes and my commandments, which I have set before you, and shall go and serve other gods and worship them, then will I pluck them up from the roots out of my land which I have given them.
Hey,
and this house which I have sanctified for my name will I cast out of my sight, and will make it to be.
So he's still talking to the devil. He's still doing the work of the devil. So is he crying out to the devil? I mean, what is this, y'all? Do he not know? Is he on medication? Is that what the slur is? I don't get this. I don't get this. Yeah, lights out, Danica, baby, girl. Lights out for you. Come on, y'all. Cut his lights off. And you lay down and go to sleep. Yeah, you sleeping, you tired. They done gave you your medicine. You done took a shot on top of your on top of your medicine. You know, this is so you pass executive order with mental challenges, research or whatever. You and Robert or whatever his initials is, y'all need to go on over there and play patty cake together. He talked to you with the quack quack, give a dog a bone, and you onk 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 onk, yeah, whatever. And y'all do nursery rhymes, okay? In the corner, in the dark. Yeah, let the devil come tap you on your shoulder. That's what you do. That's what you do.
A proverb and a byword among nations, and this house which is high.
There you have it, folks.
What is a
Democrats
byword?
With a big win in Virginia. But set aside Democrats, pro-democracy with a big win. Not just stopping Donald Trump's redistricting plan, but taking command. Fighting fire with fire, finally. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million subscribers.
Don't wait till the battle is over. Shout now. Because we know in the end, we gonna win. Y'all know that? Yeah. Don't wait till the battle is over. Shout now. Y'all then come on, hit the like button. We know in the end, we gonna win. Yeah, I wish I remembered all them words. And dun 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 dun, and dun dun dun, and it feel like all hope is gone. That one. Don't despair. Oh. Yeah, that song. Y'all, okay, so where we going? Because y'all playing with the likes. Let me go out. Let me get these. Hi, Diane. I need for y'all to hit the like button. Support the platform. It definitely is more than before. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, let's go. Breaking bombshell news. Rock Trump. Lord.
Can you see it? I think so, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow, yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, this is Democracy Watch. Mark, we have bombshell good news coming out of Virginia. I'll give you the honors. Can you talk about the news that just broke?
Yeah, Brian, this is fantastic news. As a citizen of the Commonwealth of Virginia, I am pleased to announce that the redistricting measure that was on the ballot, it passed. So Virginians are going to have a new map in time for 2026. It's going to mean
Donald Trump did not see this coming. Democrats are getting very aggressive on Capitol Hill, calling out Donald Trump, calling out the MAGA Republicans. As you know, the Midas Touch Network has a Washington, D.C. bureau that is all over Capitol coverage. Let me show you what went down as Democratic Congress member McGovern made it very clear what a national security concern FBI Director Kash Patel is. Let's play this clip.
Hey, Congressman. Is Kash Patel's drinking a national security concern at this point?
Well, even before I heard he drinks, he was a national security concern. He's a dangerous head of the FBI, and quite frankly, he shouldn't be in that position.
Then we spoke to Democratic Congresswoman Ansari. Here's what she told us. Play this clip.
Congressman, what do you make of ICE using like these meta glasses where they record from their glasses? A lot of people have been saying that they're not just trying to it's not the same as a body cam because they're starting to profile protesters in particular.
Yeah, I mean, ICE has been using terrifying tactics, and this has been something that Stephen Miller has been the architect of. He wants to use very invasive surveillance technology. That's why they're paying Palantir so much money and other AI and surveillance companies to really attack the civil liberties of all people in this country, regardless of your immigration status. And I know in my district and when I went to Minnesota, in the aftermath of the murder of Renee Nicole Good, we heard about some of these technologies being used by ICE in Minneapolis. And that is how they're going about targeting people. And I think Americans from all walks of life, I mean, we know historically conservatives and libertarians have been deeply alarmed and against the use of such technologies and these assaults on civil liberties. And every American should be aware that this is happening, and it's not just going to impact immigrants or people of color, it's going to impact every single American.
Another technology that's getting a lot of press lately is the prediction markets like Polymarket and Kalshi and so on. These are really new. Do you have any thoughts on whether they should be more regulated? Should people in Congress or people in government be using these?
Oh, I believe they need to be regulated to the highest extent. I am one of the co-leads of a bill led by my colleague, Congressman Greg Casar and Senator Chris Murphy. It's called the Bets Off Act, and it tackles this problem directly, that people with valuable and sensitive information, things like, are we going to war or not, or, what major investments is the United States making? Nobody with sensitive information should have the ability to gamble, essentially, with prediction markets, and there should be the same type of regulation with prediction markets that there is with
gambling. A lot going on, y'all. We don't know nothing about.
My question is, Kash Patel's drinking a national security threat at this point?
Kash Patel has been and continues to be a massive national security threat to the United States of America. He's very similar to many of the other men in this administration who have failed up and who are not qualified for the jobs that they are doing. We know that both Kash Patel and Pete Hegseth are known for severe drinking problems and being intoxicated on the job, and yet somehow these two people are in charge of our domestic security, and then the other are international security, making decisions of peace and war. Both of them need to be fired, and both of them need to go.
Thank you so much, Congresswoman.
Thank you.
Here's what Democratic Congress member and ranking member of the House Oversight Committee, Congressmember Garcia, told us about Pam Bondi trying to evade her subpoena as Donald Trump and his regime continue to try to cover up the Epstein files. Play this clip.
What steps can we take to get Pam Bondi to testify now? I mean, I know you sent a letter to Mr. Comer at this point. What are the next steps?
Well, our next step is we're going to be filing contempt charges. I mean, the reality is that she's under legal subpoena to come into the Oversight Committee. James Comer reiterated hear from her, and the fact that she is now choosing to not even respond to the committee. We've had no contact with her legal team. We don't know who even is her legal team. She's obligated to come in whether she's the Attorney General or not, and so that's what we're focused on. And right now we have prepared contempt charges, of which we're going to be filing here pretty imminently.
More from Democratic Congressmember Garcia, who has this message for MAGA Republican Congressmember Corey Mills, who is involved in some of the most despicable and heinous conduct imaginable. But on the Republican side, they don't really push out a guy like Corey Mills. They applaud him. Sick, sick. Play this clip.
Are you all concerned about the fact that it seems like Democrats are the ones who always have to have members resign, but Republicans don't kick their own members out on their own volition? Corey Mills is still in place. Tony Gonzalez only resigned after Eric Swalwell did.
Well, I think Corey Mills should take a look at the mirror and really consider what he's going to face in the next committee and what kind of recommendations are going to come out of there. I think that he has no business.
These people are mad. Small business not getting none of the tariff money. Oh, they was ordered to start the process of refunding that money back. I think it happened today.
You cannot be abusive to staff this way.
It's another reason why he mad and was trying to get up out of here
For any member of Congress to
and push that red button.
Relationship with staff, to use their power against staff. And so I hope this is a very important moment where people in this building and across other governments understand that it's not acceptable. It's not acceptable, and we have to be, in a bipartisan way, be against it.
Hi, I'm Chef Rick Bayless, and these are my barbacoa beef enchiladas. The first thing we do for the barbacoa beef enchiladas is...
Next up, we spoke with Democratic Congressmember Walkinshaw. Here's what he has to say about all of the inside trading and all of the market manipulation taking place by the Trump regime. Play this clip.
Congressman, you got any thoughts on these prediction markets like Poly Market and Kalshi that that have been kind of blowing up lately?
But look, we've seen time after time after time strange trades, strange bets that folks have made just in advance of decisions that Donald Trump makes. We need an outright ban on executive branch officials and members of Congress and their staff participating in these markets on issues where we might have inside information. It just isn't right. It's not fair.
Do you buy that it's not betting? Like they try to brand themselves as a trading platform instead of a betting?
Yeah, I think it probably depends. They're all a little bit different and different purchases that folks can make, so there may be some nuance there. I think the important thing is to get folks who might have any inside information, like Congress, executive branch, Trump administration folks, out of it outright.
Got it. Thank you, Congressman.
We then spoke with Democratic Congressmember Raskin. Scott McFarland, who leads the Midas Touch Network D.C. Bureau, had this exchange with Democratic Congressmember Jamie Raskin, who's the ranking member of the House Judiciary Committee. Play this clip.
An investigation you've launched from the Judiciary of Jared Kushner. Would you explain what you're looking at there?
Well, so Jared Kushner now does not work for the Trump administration. He did during the first administration, and then a few days after the administration ended, he worked out a deal with Saudi Arabia where he brought back $2 billion to launch a firm representing them. So it's a very lucrative situation, and he's representing them. He also got money from Qatar and some other of the oil monarchies and some other governments. Okay, so that's his new venture. We can bracket the question of whether there were ethics or constitutional violations with creating it, but that's what he does now. And yet he's also been included in the team of people trying to negotiate with Iran. When his business partners in Saudi Arabia and in Qatar clearly have vested interest in particular kinds of outcomes. For example, Prince Mohammed bin Salman has wanted to keep the war going. He has an interest in continuing the war against Iran, and he's been very open about that. So when Jared Kushner goes over there with the American team, is he representing his own business interests 100%? Or is he representing the U.S. government's interests 100%? Or is it 50-50? He's got 1 foot in his business interests and 1 foot with the government interests. Nobody has defined it, and we've never seen anything like this in American history before. So, you can't really obey two masters. And my question was just, who's he working for?
Next, we spoke with Democratic Congress member McBride. Let's play this clip.
Kirk, real quick, has Kash Patel's drinking become a national security issue?
Yes.
Absolutely. I always thought that Kash Patel's incoherent answers and absolutely irresponsible leadership was incompetence, but apparently it was also intoxication. It's a danger to our national security. It's a threat to the FBI, and
Enrico Pira.
Clearly, my heart goes out to him. He clearly struggles with
What
something,
you
and it's
requesting to
best
follow
for him
me
to
for,
grapple with that struggle
Enrico?
and to become sober outside of government.
Pura.
And what do you make of these prediction market tools that have been developing? Do you buy that it's not betting? They try to brand themselves as sort of financial instruments as opposed to just straight up betting on world affairs or sports.
Yeah, I'm deeply concerned about the role that these prediction markets play in our society. I mean, I am particularly concerned just with the commercialization and monetizing everything. And I think that we have to step up and actually regulate this, because we should certainly not have anyone with positions of influence be able to bet on anything. But I'm concerned about the cultural ramifications of this becoming widely used.
So another thing that's becoming more widely used is ICE is starting to use sunglasses that record, or glasses basically that record, like these meta glasses. But people are concerned basically that they're not only trying to track, or unlike body cams, they're also trying to track protesters. They're trying to track everybody who they encounter. Do you think that they should be wearing these, or are you concerned about ICE using this type of technology to mass surveil what they're doing?
That's a good question. I actually haven't heard that. Obviously, I'm supportive of body cameras on law enforcement as a mechanism for accountability. And I think obviously we have to make sure that there's accountability for individuals who are patrolling our streets in any form or fashion, particularly right now with the abuses we've seen from ICE. But I haven't actually had the chance to explore the question of those meta glasses and the risks that are encapsulated in their use.
Got it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Lauren Boebert stopped by for a moment and said the following to our Pablo Manriquez. Play this clip.
Here's real quick. Do you got any opinions on these prediction markets like Polymarket and Kalshi?
I don't trade stocks. It's unfortunately the one moral standard I have in Congress. That's why I have no money.
The new 2200X is a total game changer. It's got 39% more power and recharge.
Got it. Thank you, Congressman.
MAGA Republican Congress member Van Orden. He wasn't too happy to see the Midas Touch cameras. Let's play it.
Do you have any insights into what Trump is building, where he said it's not a ballroom anymore, but it's a security facility in a hospital or something?
Here's what Scott McFarlane had to say on Inside the Capitol.
He need a hospital, y'all.
Kevin Warsh, his nomination might be in limbo indefinitely because of this
Shout out to Midas.
investigation of some sort criminally into Jerome Powell, which has not gotten past a grand jury, which has not become, an actual case. Tom Tillis, pivotal vote on the Senate Banking Committee, told us he is still unknown on confirming Kevin Warsh until that investigation is shut down.
On the night that I said that I was not going to move forward with a nom because of this investigation, the president said he wasn't aware of the investigation. DOJ moved unilaterally. DOJ needs to fix this problem.
Trump had an off-ramp with CNBC to say the investigation is done, but Trump did not take the off-ramp, so we're in limbo with Kevin Warsh.
Here's what Democratic Congress member Pocan had to tell us. Let's play this clip right here.
Congressman, is Kash Patel's sobriety a national security issue, or sobriety or lack thereof?
I think anyone in a position like that, it's a question, right?
He didn't take the off ramp.
I don't know all the details. However, I've seen the report that came out from some, and
South Carolina, we got to vote in May and June. Absolutely.
Certainly, every
vote early.
oversight committee should care.
Right.
Emergency care.
Trump saying that he's no longer building a ballroom.
I've seen the report that came out from some, and if you have people that you can't trust in positions that are doing something as important as the FBI, certainly every oversight committee should care.
Right. And what do you make of Donald Trump saying that he's no longer building a ballroom, he's building a hospital and security bunker in the White House grounds?
I don't know, he's building an arch and he's building a lot of things, and I'm sure they're all going to have his name on. I don't know. The good news is, come November, Democrats are taking over, and maybe some of those construction projects won't be taken off.
At all.
Last question. You've obviously been following and holding ICE accountable for a long time. What guarantees or how confident are you that ICE agents are going to show up at the polls during the midterm election in November?
I mean, we don't know yet. One thing we do know is people who aren't citizens don't vote. So it would purely be for intimidation and to try to make people not want to vote. That's the opposite we're supposed to do. We want people to do their rights as citizens to be able to vote. So I hope Donald Trump doesn't do anything that stupid. However, I just realized I said something that he's done many times before, so who knows?
By the way, shout out to Pablo Manriquez, who gave this advice. Pablo Manriquez is one of our top reporters in the DC Bureau. This was his advice to TMZ or any new reporter heading to Washington, D.C. to cover Capitol Hill. Pablo Manriquez, himself a veteran D.C. reporter, had this advice to TMZ and to others. Here, play this clip.
Do your research and keep your questions short. Like, these interviews shouldn't be a negotiation. They're supposed to, you're trying to get to them talking. What you know doesn't matter. What they know matters. So don't try to impress them with what you know. Make them impress you with what they know. Other than that, just keep on keeping on. Go hard. You know what I mean? Get your sourcing. Get photos. Get to know the restaurant scene. Where do the guys eat? Where do these guys go out and stuff like that? You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of misconduct going on up here. There's a lot of really shady shit.
Well, I heard TMZ.
We did catch up with Rhode Island Democratic Congressmember Magaziner. Let's play this clip of what Congressmember Magaziner had to say to us. Let's play this clip right here.
Kirk, so where are you at on these prediction markets, like Poly Market and Kalshi and stuff like that? Seem to be a big story kind of blowing up lately.
Well, first of all, anyone with inside information, elected officials, members of the administration, should not be trading on those markets. It's nuts. It's absolutely insane that you can bet on a bill that you're working on and you can bet on your own election. That shouldn't be allowed. And I think there's also bigger picture issues around sports betting on these markets. Sports betting generally is very tightly regulated, and these prediction markets are just an end run around all of that. But yeah, I'm the lead sponsor of the bill to ban members of Congress from trading stocks. That's something I believe very strongly in. Members of Congress shouldn't be betting in prediction markets either. And you know what's crazy is on Kalshi right now, if I wanted to, I could bet on whether my own bill to ban members of Congress from trading stocks will pass.
Wow.
I'm not going to do that. I wouldn't do that. But, that's wild. So, yeah, it's nuts.
Did you buy that it's not betting, that they always say that it's a trading function or whatever? It seems kind of... It seems semantic, but at the same time, there are regulatory implications.
Yeah, 100%. It is betting. And again, not to get too deep into it, but if you talk to any of the Native American tribes that gaming is part of their revenue to support their their people, if you talk to companies that try to follow the law and do it in a way that conforms with the law, it's crazy that these online markets are able to basically do the same exact thing with none of the regulation. But you know why they're getting away with it. It's because, like anything else in the Trump administration, it's pay to play, right? And, the Trump kids have a stake in Kalshi, and, the administration is just totally corrupt and willing to look the other way.
Got it. And actually, one last question. ICE is starting to use Meta glasses or a prototype similar to Meta glasses to surveil people. I mean, people people have been fighting for body cams for a long time. Does this satisfy that threshold? And, what would you say to protesters who are saying that they're trying to profile the protesters and the citizens?
Yes, I just saw a report on this yesterday, and we're definitely going to be trying to find out more. Like, the key is just, like, how are they using the data, right? Like, we're in favor of body cams because body cams help with accountability, but this is clearly meant to be something different, and this is clearly an attempt to violate people's privacy.
Hey, Joe.
So we're going to find out everything we can.
Please hit the like button.
We are going to be able to issue subpoenas and, like, really get to the bottom of what's going on.
Got it. Thank you so much, Congressman.
And then from outside the Capitol to inside the Capitol, here's what Democratic Congressmember Neguse had to say about MAGA Republicans trying to push through a resolution applauding themselves for the past year.
Wow.
These are website names that are still somehow
to the
available.
lie.
So for Australian non-believers, AustraliaIsn'tReal.org and Australia.
Listen, y'all, before I forget and just abruptly stop on y'all for playing in my face.
Alright guys, look closely at the bags these people are wearing because the whole internet is freaking out about Trump boarding Air Force One just a few days ago and seeing all these people with a specific type of briefcase. It's called the biscuit case. It's a leather strap bag, very common for business stuff, but the specific reason why the military... Alright guys, look closely at the bags these people are wearing because the whole internet is freaking out about Trump boarding Air Force One just a few days ago and seeing all these people with a specific type of briefcase. It's called the biscuit case. It's a leather strap bag, very common for business stuff, but the specific reason why the military uses this bag is only to carry the nuclear laptop or the nuclear box where there's the button to press the rockets to shoot up in the air. And people are noticing that they haven't spotted this before until just a few days ago. So they're wondering if Trump was going to launch some rockets up in the air, and they need to make sure that they had this button with them at the moment, so he could press it and then launch the rockets, like, I don't know, to like Iran or something, whoever they're at war with currently, because we don't even know, because those wars keep starting and ending like every day. The Strait of Hormuz was just open for a few hours and then it got closed again, and now we're working with them to get the mines out of there. So who really knows what's going on? It's just a bunch of speculation.
Malwarebytes caught a scam that had.
All right, guys.
Fast looks like.
Guys, look closely at the bags these people are wearing because the whole internet is freaking out
Hey,
about
Junior
Trump
JR.
boarding Air Force One just a few days ago and seeing all these people with a specific type of briefcase. It's called the biscuit case. It's a leather strap bag, very common for business stuff, but the specific reason why the military uses this bag is only to carry the nuclear laptop or the nuclear box where there's the button to press the rockets to shoot up in the air. And people are noticing that they haven't spotted this before until just a few days ago. So they're wondering if Trump was going to launch some rockets up in the air, and they need to make sure that they had this button with them at the moment, so he could press it and then launch the rockets, like, I don't know, to like Iran or something, whoever they're at war with currently, because we don't even know, because those wars keep starting and ending like every day. The Strait of Hormuz was just open for a few hours and then it got closed again, and now we're working with them to get the mines out of there. So who really knows what's going on? It's just a bunch of speculation.
Okay, so y'all, I need for y'all to hit the like button before I go to the next one.
Play it.
I regret that our time for debate has come to a close. I will note, as I did last week, the fact that not a single member of the House Republican Conference is willing to come down to the floor and debate in support of these bills is telling. It tells you all you need to know. For those that are watching in the gallery, and all of those who might be watching from home on C-SPAN, there are 218 members of the House Republican Conference. 218. None of them, save for my colleague from Texas, were willing to come to the floor to speak in support of the resolution congratulating themselves for the work that they've done this year. Not one. Even more fascinating, because of course, as you know, Mr. Speaker, this resolution, it's a long resolution, 4 or 5 pages. Whereas clause after whereas clause, recounting all of the bills and the resolutions that were passed last spring and last fall and last summer, this winter. They gave this resolution to the newest member of the House Republican Conference. He's been in Congress for like 6 days, I think. He was sworn in last Tuesday or Wednesday. I get it. I understand why they give this resolution to the new guy. Tough assignment to say your first bill is going to be a bill congratulating the rest of us for a job well done. That's a tough assignment. Mr. Speaker, rural America is struggling. I know I don't need to tell you that. Rural farmers in my state are struggling. The cost of everything is going up. Trump's burdensome tariffs forced costs to skyrocket a year ago. In 2025, 15,000 farms closed. 15,000 farms.
Okay.
The rate of bankruptcy for America's farmers has never been higher. Never been higher. I challenge any of my Republican colleagues, those who, like me, represent rural communities and farmers and ranchers, I challenge them to go take this resolution to their constituents. Ask them whether they think that this House deserves applause and plaudits and credit and congratulations for a job well done. I'm pretty sure I know the answer. I would urge my colleagues, if they, like me, are sick and tired of this place wasting time, functioning in this dysfunctional way, oppose the previous question, oppose the rule, oppose the underlying bills, and join us so that we can get back to the serious issues that face the American people.
What's up, y'all? I'm Percy Miller, Master P, and I want to tell y'all, social media, physical product.
Oh no, that was yesterday.
Parliamentarian on lock. All I'm happy this Tuesday because Blakey Neff is back in the foray, my arch nemesis, also my best friend, super fan of the show, by the way.
Okay, so what we doing? What we doing? What we doing, y'all? The likes ain't nothing. No support, no nothing. What we doing? Are we gonna call it a night? What I just need for y'all to tell me what we doing, and that's the direction in which I will go into. What we doing? Double tap the face of your phone, or hit those 3 dots at the top right, or go ahead and get on out. What we doing? It's been a good old day. I was in a good spirits. It was funny as hell to me. What we doing? They be playing auntie with them likes. They can come in your live and just listen. They just, yeah. And I want them out. I want them to go.
We definitely have to send him some kit. I was asking the producers, what? All right, you guys, happy Tuesday. I'm happy this Tuesday because Blakey Neff is back in the foray, my arch nemesis, also my best friend, super fan of the show, by the way. We definitely have to send him some kit. I was asking the producers, what should we send him? We should maybe send him some maca hats. Make America Christian again? I don't know. We got to get a package over to Blake because he had things to say again on X. So he's having a little mini spiral about our show. We're going to get into it, and I will debunk him. He called me a liar. That is a bold choice of words, bold accusation coming from anyone at Turning Point USA. But first, I got to tell you guys about this YouTuber. You've heard about her before on this show. She made a rather shocking discovery regarding the footage that Terrell took down mysteriously. And lastly, we received a stunning tip about Erica Kirk's mother,
Hey,
the Lori.
Justin, dump the trunk.
The Lori and gun sales. Is everybody in the industry? What industry is it? So I say this often, but I should always repeat it. There are a lot of people who have contributed to this crowd-sourced investigation into Charlie Kirk's death. YouTubers who do not get nearly enough credit for their amazing discoveries. One such YouTuber is Nisi, okay? Nisi is the one that brought us, if you recall, the investigation into the strange text messages that Erica shared with a then 15-year-old Jillian. We then picked up on her investigation and added to it. That's how the crowdsourcing works. And we were recently inundated with emails to our tips box about another discovery that Nisi has made, this time pertaining to the camera behind Charlie's head. We revealed that footage, never before seen footage, the one that Terrell raced, the footage that he raced to take down just minutes after Charlie was struck. Literally, I think we estimated about 4 minutes after Charlie was struck, after he recorded it himself. Amazing still. We should never forget that none of the Turning Point employees called 911. Not Mikey, not Blake, not Terrell. That was not their instinct. Terrell was perhaps the worst, almost worse than Mikey walking away, would be Terrell recording himself in a selfie video. Anyway, Nisi discovered that the camera footage, which was shown to me on FaceTime, was likely edited. And she supplied some very compelling evidence for this. So I want you to take a listen to what she shared. In this footage that Terrell has selectively shared with Candace, we can't see the ground where Charlie had been sitting. You're probably thinking, okay, so what? Well, I'll tell you what. Walking away would be Terrell recording himself in a selfie video. Anyway, Nisi discovered that the camera footage, which was shown to me on FaceTime, was likely edited. And she supplied some very compelling evidence for this. So I want you to take a listen to what she shared. In this footage that Terrell has selectively shared with Candace, we can't see the ground where Charlie had been sitting. You're probably thinking, okay, so what? Well, I'll tell you what. Actually, I'll show you what. On February 28th, 2025, the American Comeback Tour did a stop at Florida State University, and here is the back camera shot. On March 3rd, 2025, the American Comeback Tour did a stop at the University of Southern California, and here is the back camera shot. Here's San Francisco, here's San Diego, Long Beach, Boise, Idaho, Washington State. Do you notice a pattern? The camera is a wide-angle camera and was always used as such. However,
In the footage that Terrell has selectively shared with Candace, you cannot see the ground. So either that day at UVU, they had changed things up and they had zoomed in the camera so that you couldn't see the area around Charlie, or Terrell had zoomed in after the fact and he was showing a cropped version of the footage to Candace. Either way, it gives the impression that they're hiding something.
If it is invalid, we promise
Yeah,
a
until
tenfold
y'all get the
refund.
lights up,
This
I'm
denture
just
can be
going, I'm
successfully
not going
worn
to
in just
show
1
it.
second.
I'm
and
not
is
going to
suitable.
even take that type of chance. You're just going to have to listen.
Nisi.
Okay, so what? Well, I'll tell you what. Actually, I'll show you what. On February 28th, 2025, the American Comeback Tour did a stop at Florida State University, and here is the back camera shot. On March 3rd, 2025, the American Comeback Tour did a stop at the University of Southern California, and here is the back camera shot. Here's San Francisco, here's San Diego, Long Beach, Boise, Idaho, Washington State. Do you notice a pattern? The camera is a wide-angle camera and was always used as such. However, in the footage that Terrell has selectively shared with Candace, you cannot see the ground. So either that day at UVU, they had changed things up and they had zoomed in the camera so that you couldn't see the area around Charlie,
Oh yeah,
or
he's
Terrell
horrible.
had
He
zoomed
has to
in
go
after the fact, and he
for
was
all
showing
of
a
those
cropped
reasons.
version of the footage to Candace. Either way, it gives the impression that they're hiding something.
Nisi. Gosh, I'm so happy that you brought that forth. Honestly, common sense. There were so many things that I was saying around how bizarre that footage was, but I should have looked at it and said, what is this shot actually? Where is this shot going to? And you know what, Nisi? I was actually remarking to my team that it certainly seemed to me that Terrell may have at the very least edited the video. And the reason why is because, well, first and foremost, it took him 2 days to get back to me after our initial conversation. So just to remind everybody, I phoned him on September the 17th because the footage started going viral of him taking down the camera. I recognized him. I didn't think anything of it. I was like, oh, maybe there's a reason. Common sense reason in my head might have been like, oh, maybe the cops asked him to. The feds were on the scene a little too quickly that day, actually. And then he got all weird. He was hesitant, coming up with all sorts of excuses, why he couldn't show me the footage. He didn't want to put the footage out there. He wanted to protect the footage. He wanted to protect Erica. By the way, in retrospect, even that's weird. Like, why right away are you speaking to Erica about the back footage? Like, why does she care? Again, there's so many more important things. Why do you care? Especially since she said she never watched any footage. Parking that aside, that conversation I had with him was on the 17th, and I was like, you're being weird. And then on the 19th, he sort of broke and said, okay, no, let's just get on the call. I'm happy to show you the footage. So I think in those 2 days, he had figured out a way to show me the footage, which he thought would sort of assuage my suspicion. And I can add to your investigation, EC, by showing you the beginning of our FaceTime conversation, which I had initially cut because he wasn't showing me the footage, but it was me and him speaking. And I did see him open the file on his computer desktop. So let's take a look at that early footage of the beginning of our conversation. And so you can see, obviously, this is FaceTime. You can see that he is opening up the file, and this is how it begins. Now I'm going to freeze frame that for you again because there are people who know more about cameras and whether you're hooking things up. This is what that looks like there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end it. Yeah, y'all just not acting right tonight. My likes ain't moved, and I'm just not feeling y'all now. And yeah. I'm not gonna keep asking y'all to hit the like button. I used to know this woman with the same name, but all the footage has a black shirt. Why this CK? I don't know what you're trying to say. I just been looking in a different video. Charlie Kirk. I don't know what you're saying. I'm trying to understand right now. My understanding is Sub-Zero, cause yeah, I'm just not, and I don't want to be up late trying to give y'all the tea and y'all not acting right. So maybe tomorrow, y'all.